Hey James,
Hey, how you doing, Shaz?
Hey, James.
I'm
Faran, how
doing
are
well, thank
you?
you. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. How are you doing?
Well,
Good.
I want
Good
to
to
take a
hear.
trip to Pakistan and go to the mountains because I need Dada in my life. That's all I can tell you. I need Dada in
Come
my
on
life.
over. Actually, Dada's right here in Pakistan as we speak. So come on over and we'll go. Yeah.
We're talking about a new movie called The Martial Artist. I have director, writer, producer, star Shaz Khan, and of course, star Faran Tahir, who plays Dada, and Shaz plays Ibby. So let's get started. First of all, tell me a little bit about Ibby, the prince.
Hmm. Ibby the Prince, he is an MMA fighter fighting out of California, extremely ambitious, wants to be the best, but he is not necessarily tuned in with who he is. So he makes a series of bad decisions that kind of lead him down let's just say, the proverbial dark hole and loses everything. And there's a couple of series of events that happen that take him back to his motherland, where he has an encounter where there's a strange grandfather, where this eruptive relationship forms, and he then has a sort of spiritual awakening, you can say, and yeah, finds those deeper truths, and then he comes back with them to be back on his path.
Shaz, how did you pick Faran to play the grandfather?
I mean, there was nobody else, and he will not believe me, but there's too many people around me that will support this. I will say I cannot make this movie without him, and it's the truth. So I was stalking him, and then
No, no,
finally
no,
we
no.
met in San Diego near his place, and that's when we, did a little cheers and off to the races. This was years ago, but yeah, there was nobody else.
You,
And by the performance, yeah, there's really nobody else that can done it that way. So,
and I agree with you on there's nobody else. Faran, let's talk about your character first, Dada.
Sure. Yeah, look, I think Dada, being his grandfather, I think he also sees where this boy is at this point in his life. He has all the ingredients to be a true star in this. But what he doesn't have is his spirit is not centered. And I can teach Dada can teach him moves and he can teach him all the fighting skills. But as long as his spirit is not there, it's not going to work. And I think that's the discovery, and that's the journey that Dada takes Ibby on, which is more about finding himself and grounding himself to be able to be the best that he can. And to me, when he's saying that I was playing hard to get, I was playing hard to get. No, I actually knew I was going to do it, but I was going to try and play hard to get. you know.
yeah, it worked.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I was trying harder.
Shaz, I gotta ask this because in most people's lives, it's usually not the parents, it's the grandparents that can see
Mhm,
things.
mhm,
Where did this thought
mhm,
process come
mhm.
from?
It you know, I I I don't know. I think if I were to search deep within my unconscious, I think maybe it is my own grandfather who passed away very young, but I had a real deep connection with him, and like he came into my dreams when I first quit finance to go into acting, and like there was things that happened in my life. Now that I'm looking back on it, I can see this, but when I was writing it, I wasn't aware of this. And I think also I was seeing there's like the idea of a male, sort of a male figurehead, like a mentor in a young man's life. That character has always been really fascinating to me. And we've kind of lost that in a way, like, and there's sort of a deprivation of that sort of a figurehead that kind of leads a young man through the rituals of adulthood. And I think there was a combination of those things. And then I thought it would really be really interesting to showcase a character from that part of the world that's never been seen before in this light, and also showcase, I guess, where I come from, where our combined backgrounds are, and show a real powerful character from there. And this is a combination of a bunch of people I know. So yeah, multiple reasons, but in
I,
the end,
I also think I also think parents are so focused on trying to keep the child alive at times, because there's a child about to go and put their hands in an electrical socket, right?
Yeah.
I think grandparents have this advantage of having slightly more of a bird's eye view, and they can see the person as the person is blossoming more than I think sometimes parents can, because they're trying so hard to keep, give the kid the right values, the right rules, and all of that. That sometimes the spiritual part gets sidelined. And I think grandparents, at least mine, and Shaz just said this, I think grandparents play this beautiful role in our lives because they have that ability to see right through us. So yeah, I think this was a brilliant choice on Shah's part to make this character the grandfather and not the father.
You know what I love about what you guys are saying?
I'll give the credit.
Go ahead.
No, sorry to interrupt, but I'll give the credit also to Michael, to the writer. He was really adamant on leaning into that even more, my co-writer. After the first draft, so it was he really solidified it for me even more. So I want to give him credit where it's due as well. But please go ahead.
I was going to say this is what's most interesting is The Martial Artist is a great film. I really enjoyed the film. I like the fight scenes. They were great. But I think what you two just talked about, the spiritual part and the grandparent, I think that's what the audience is going to take away more than anything besides such a good film. What do you think?
Well, first of all, thank you for saying that. And I think I agree with you. Those are, I think, things for me also in movies that always moved me. These sort of deeper themes sometimes that in these relationships, and you can't quantify that. It's just a feeling, and these transformations that, even Dada in a weird way goes through a transformation. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but there is even you can see it through his eyes, and that's just the performance level, because, whatever he was dealing with, he was also coming to grips with in that level. I saw that in Faran Bhai's performance, as he was acting.
Well, I'm sorry, but I think, and thank you for saying that, but I think that is the journey. I mean, seeing your own reflection as an older man in a younger man is something that's I think people of a certain age can appreciate. And I think the other thing is that this connection, this connection of spiritual understanding is really important. And I think none of us, as we go along in our lives, I hope we never stop growing spiritually. So I think Dada, in his own way, is growing spiritually through this experience also.
I love that. I love that. Just speaking with Shaz of Faran, we're talking about The Martial Artist. Shaz, thank you so much for telling me I don't have to go to Pakistan. I can go to San Diego and find Faran. Faran, I'll see you next week. You're going to be my Dada. Thank you again.
We got it. You got it.
Thank you for joining us. Yeah.
Thank you for watching this film. Appreciate it.